What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. Before we jump into today's big story, let's take a second to talk about this team's mindset. The Cowboys are always looking to improve, adapt, and build a roster that can finally break through in the playoffs. Every move made this offseason will be crucial in shaping the team for success. And today, we've got some major quarterback news to discuss. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, so you don't miss any breaking Cowboys updates. Alright, let's get into it. When the Cowboys traded for Trey Lance in 2023, there was a lot of curiosity about what he could bring to the team. After all, we're talking about a former number 3 overall pick who was once seen as a future franchise quarterback for the 49ers. But fast forward to 2025 and things haven't exactly worked out as planned. Lance didn't play a single snap for the Cowboys in 2023. He only made one start this past season, despite Dak missing time. Now, his rookie contract is up and he's set to become a free agent. With Dak locked in as the franchise quarterback for the foreseeable future, Cowboys executive Stephen Jones made it clear that Lance will likely be looking elsewhere for an opportunity. "We took a shot at Trey and wanted to do that," Jones said. "We think the world of Trey. But us having Dak signed up for the long term, I think he's probably going to be looking for something different. In other words, it's over." Lance is 24 years old and still has some untapped potential, but he needs a fresh start, somewhere he can actually compete for playing time. And that's not happening in Dallas with Dak Prescott firmly in control of QB1, so where does that leave the Cowboys when it comes to their backup quarterback? Trey Lance isn't the only Cowboys quarterback heading into free agency. Cooper Rush's contract is also set to expire in March. Rush has been a reliable backup for Dallas, stepping in when Dak was injured in both 2022 and 2024. Over that stretch, he started 13 games, proving he can at least manage an offense when needed. Stephen Jones spoke highly of Rush, but also acknowledged that at 31 years old, he could be looking for a bigger payday in free agency. "We love Cooper, but he's earned the right to explore his options," Jones said. "If another team offers him more money and a clearer path to playing time, there's a real chance Rush won't be back in Dallas next season. That means the Cowboys could be in a full reset mode at backup QB. So if Trey Lance is likely gone and Cooper Rush might leave too, what's the Cowboys' plan for the QB2 spot? Simple. They're looking to draft a quarterback. Stephen Jones confirmed it himself. I think one of our goals is to get a young quarterback in the draft," Jones said. "I don't know where that's going to be. It seems like all the quarterbacks, even guys we have in the 4th round, go in the 1st. They always go so much higher than what you think." Translation? The Cowboys want a young QB, but they're not planning to take one in the 1st round. Instead, they'll likely look for a developmental prospect in the mid to late rounds, someone they can mold behind Dak without spending a premium draft pick. Right now, Dallas has 10 picks in the 2025 NFL Draft, including multiple selections in rounds 4-6. That's the sweet spot for finding a quality backup QB without sacrificing resources needed to upgrade other positions. The 2025 quarterback class is deep, and while the top guys like Caleb Williams, Drake May, and J.J. McCarthy will be long gone by the time Dallas picks, there are still some intriguing mid-round options. Michael Pratt, Tulane. A smart, experienced passer with good pocket awareness. Jordan Travis, Florida State, an athletic QB who could be an exciting developmental piece. Spencer Rattler, South Carolina. Once a top prospect, he's got a big arm and upside. Joe Milton, Tennessee, a rocket-armed QB who needs polish but has raw tools. Dallas has had success drafting and developing quarterbacks before. Think of Dak Prescott in the 4th round of 2016. So don't be surprised if they try to find another gem this year. Let's talk money for a second. With Dak Prescott's massive contract extension kicking in, the Cowboys need to be smart with their salary cap. That's why drafting a cheap rookie contract quarterback makes a ton of sense. Veteran backups can get expensive. Even a guy like Rush could command $4 to $6 million per year on the open market. A rookie QB would cost a fraction of that. That money could be spent elsewhere, on the offensive line, defensive depth, or re-signing key free agents. From a roster-building standpoint, investing in a young quarterback is the smartest long-term play. One more quick update before we wrap up. Let's talk about the O-line. With Zach Martin retiring, the Cowboys' offensive line is already dealing with major changes. On top of that, starting right tackle Terrence Steele struggled last season, leading some to wonder if the team might move on from him. But according to Stephen Jones, the Cowboys still believe in Steele and expect him to improve under the new coaching staff. Clayton Adams has watched all the tape on him and just really loves him, Jones said. Terrence's strong point is his run blocking. With new offensive coordinator Clayton Adams and offensive line coach Connor Riley, Dallas is hoping to maximize Steele's potential. Why does this matter? Because if Steele struggles again, whoever the Cowboys draft at QB could be playing. Behind a shaky O-line, which is never a good thing for a young quarterback's development. Most Cowboys fans expected the team to focus on filling major roster holes in the draft. Instead, Stephen Jones dropped this bombshell earlier this week. I think one of our goals is to get a young quarterback in the draft, Jones said via David Moore of the Dallas Morning News. I don't know where that's going to be. That's why we gave a fourth-round pick for Trey Lance. It seems like all the quarterbacks, even guys we have in the fourth round, go in the first. They always go so much higher than what you think. Wait, what? With so many other pressing needs, why are the Cowboys prioritizing a quarterback? Let's break this down. The end of the road for Trey Lance and Cooper Rush? Jones' comments all but confirm what many of us already suspected. Both Trey Lance and Cooper Rush won't be back in Dallas next season. Trey Lance, 24 years old, never got a real shot with the Cowboys. After trading a fourth-round pick for him in 2023, Dallas never put him on the field for meaningful reps. Now he's set to become a free agent, and based on Jones' comments, it doesn't sound like he showed enough to convince the Cowboys to keep him around. Cooper Rush, 31 years old, has been a steady backup and even helped keep the team afloat when Dak was injured in 2022 and 2024. But now that he's also a free agent, he could look for a better payday elsewhere, and Dallas may not be willing to match. With both Lance and Rush seemingly on their way out, the Cowboys are in need of a new QB2. There are a couple of possible reasons why Dallas is thinking about drafting a quarterback instead of signing a veteran free agent. A cheaper backup option. Let's talk money. Dak Prescott's massive contract extension is going to be one of the biggest salary cap hits in the NFL. That means the Cowboys need to be smart with their roster-building strategy. Signing a veteran backup QB could cost anywhere from $4 to $6 million per year. Meanwhile, a rookie quarterback on a mid to late round contract would be far cheaper and give the team more flexibility to spend money elsewhere. Preparing for the future? Now this is where things get interesting. No one is questioning that. Dak Prescott is the unquestioned starter in Dallas for now. But the Cowboys' decision to prioritize drafting a QB could be their way of planning for the future. Dak is turning 32 this season. His new contract will be massive. Dallas needs a long-term plan at QB, even if that's years down the road. This could mean that the Cowboys are thinking about developing a young QB behind Prescott, just in case they need a succession plan down the line. Jones admitted that quarterbacks always go higher than expected, meaning even mid-round prospects can sneak into the first and second rounds. Right now, the Cowboys are projected to have 10 picks in the 2025 NFL Draft, including multiple selections in rounds 4-6. That's the sweet spot for taking a developmental quarterback without sacrificing premium picks that could be used to fill bigger needs. So, who are some potential Cowboys draft targets at QB? Michael Pratt, Tulane. A smart, experienced quarterback who makes good decisions under pressure. Jordan Travis, Florida State, a dual-threat playmaker with a strong arm and good mobility. Spencer Rattler, South Carolina, a former top recruit with a big arm and high upside. Joe Milton, Tennessee, cannon for an arm but needs refinement in his accuracy and decision-making. None of these guys are immediate threats to Prescott, but they could develop into solid long-term backup options with potential upside. What about the rest of the roster? Here's the biggest concern that Cowboys fans have about this strategy. Why? Are the Cowboys thinking about drafting a QB when there are bigger issues on the roster? Let's not forget, Dallas needs a running back. Tony Pollard is a free agent and the Cowboys have no clear RB1. Dallas needs another wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb is elite, but the team needs another reliable weapon. The defense needs help. The linebacker core and interior defensive line need major upgrades. With all these needs, Spending a draft pick on a QB feels like a luxury move. Will this decision come back to haunt the Cowboys if they don't properly address these other holes? All right, Cowboys Nation, it's your turn to sound off. Do you think the Cowboys should draft a quarterback to develop behind Dak Prescott, or should they re-sign Cooper Rush and keep things stable at backup? And what about Trey Lance? Do you think he deserved a real shot in Dallas, or was this always going to be a short-term stop for him? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a Cowboys update. Thanks for watching. Go Cowboys!